The story begins on a quiet night. A young boy carefully steps across a rooftop, excitement shining in his eyes. He lifts his telescope, eager to get a closer look at the moon. But the moment he looks through the lens, something strange happens. A massive statue appears before him. Its stone eyes slowly begin to open, and time seems to freeze. The world around him goes completely silent. A golden light flashes from the statue's eyes, and before he can react, the same light reflects in his own. It feels like something is piercing straight into his soul. The scene shifts. The boy has grown up, but his eyes remain shut. As he walks through the streets, people whisper about him. Some believe he's blind. A little girl, feeling sorry for him, even offers to help him cross the road. But to everyone's surprise, he just smiles and walks across without hesitation, moving like he can see perfectly. Nearby, a girl watches in curiosity and asks a shopkeeper about him. The shopkeeper sighs and tells her about Lin Qiye, the boy who once fell from a rooftop as a child. Ever since then, people say he hasn't been the same. He once claimed he saw a fairy in the sky. Most people think he hit his head too hard and started imagining things. Lin Qiye, however, doesn't care what they think. He keeps walking, lost in his own world. At home, he's greeted by his aunt and younger brother. His aunt scolds him for buying unnecessary things, reminding him that she's saving money for his college. A doctor arrives to check on him, but instead of a normal examination, he starts asking strange questions. "Do you still believe in God?" Lin Qiye shakes his head. "It was just an illusion, something that messed with my head." A memory flashes in his mind. The night he saw the statue. He had quickly realized that admitting the truth was dangerous. Denying what he saw was the only way to survive. The doctor watches him carefully before asking one final chilling question. "So, do you believe that mythical creatures exist?" At that moment, the scene shifts again. Somewhere else, a group of hunters fights against monstrous creatures lurking in the shadows. They move swiftly, eliminating every last one. When the battle is over, they erase all evidence and the memories of anyone who might have seen the creatures. Back to Lin Qiye. Lin Qiye's family talks about his return to school. It has been a long time, so they decide to celebrate. That night in his room, he sits alone. He tries once again to open his eyes. But no matter how hard he tries, they won't budge. It's been this way ever since that night on the rooftop. Questions flood his mind. Why did that statue take away his sight? Why can he still see everything, even though his eyes are closed? And why does his doctor seem to know more than he should? For years, he has been having the same dream, wandering through an endless fog, standing in front of a mysterious building called the Sanctuary of the Gods. For 5 long years, he never dared to knock on its doors. But tonight he does. Maybe his answers are behind that door. The next day morning comes, and Lin Qiye heads to school. People stare, wondering how a blind person can even study. Inside the classroom, some students help him find his seat. He realizes that his aunt must have asked them to look after him. He doesn't mind. He just wants to graduate and support his family. After class, his classmates insist on walking him home. They chat about school, but something feels wrong. The air changes. A foul smell fills the street. Then out of nowhere, a monstrous creature appears. Fear grips everyone. The creature snarls and lunges forward. At the same time, the hunter group detects the monster's presence and rushes toward the scene. But Lin Qiye knows there's no time to wait for help. He runs, trying to lead the creature away from his classmates. But soon he finds himself trapped. There's nowhere left to go. He has to fight. The hunters begin their mission. Slashing through the monsters with ease. But Lin Qiye, he's barely hanging on. As he struggles, a single thought echoes in his mind. After all these years, just when I was finally starting a normal life, am I really going to die like this? Then something shifts inside him. The awakening. Suddenly, he's no longer in the alley. He stands before the doors of the sanctuary again. This time, he isn't knocking for answers. He's knocking for survival. The creatures close in, their grotesque mouths ready to devour him. Desperation takes over as he pounds against the door. And then, it opens. A blinding golden light bursts through, cutting across the sky. The monsters shriek in agony as their bodies dissolve into nothing. The air trembles as an ancient power awakens. Lin Qiye is no longer just himself. He has become something else entirely. This is the birth of King of Angels, Michael. Power surges through his body. With ease, he slashes through the creatures. Destroying them one by one. A man from the hunter group approaches. He is strong, experienced, and clearly someone not to be underestimated. As the last monster falls with a smirk, he rests his blade on his shoulder. Well, wasn't I cool back there? Lin Qiye simply smiles. And with that, episode 1 comes to an end.